Okay, let's dive right in. We're tackling one of the biggest debates in the beauty world: ancient, traditional ingredients versus cold, hard, scientific breakthroughs. You know the one. Is the real secret to amazing skin found in a generations old ritual or in a lab? We're going to figure it out. So that's the big question, right? When you're standing in the skincare aisle, what do you reach for? The bottle that whispers of ancient secrets or the one that boasts about clinical trials? What really works? Let's get into it. All right, first up, let's talk about the hype. We're starting with a beauty secret that's been a staple in Asian skincare for literally centuries: rice water. It sounds so simple, but it has this massive reputation. So, what is it exactly? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's that cloudy liquid you're left with after you wash rice. But don't just pour it down the drain. That stuff is absolutely packed with all the good things: vitamins, minerals, amino acids, everything your skin just drinks up. But hang on, there's a key difference you need to know about. Not all rice water is created equal. You've got your plain rice water, which is fantastic. It's gentle, it's hydrating, perfect if your skin is sensitive. But then you have fermented rice water, and that is a total game changer. The whole fermentation process basically unlocks this super potent cocktail of antioxidants, probiotics, and even kojic acid. We're talking serious power for tackling dullness and dark spots. And the list of benefits people swear by is pretty incredible, right? It's said to hydrate your skin, strengthen its protective barrier, brighten and even out your skin tone, calm down redness, oh, and help fight signs of aging. It's easy to see why it's considered such a skincare superstar. Okay, so that's tradition. Now let's pivot and talk science. It's time to meet an ingredient you might not have heard of, but trust me, it's a powerhouse. Let's talk about ferulic acid. And we're not just going on what a brand's marketing says. No, we're looking at the real deal: a systematic review of actual clinical studies on humans. This is where we see what the hard data tells us about ferulic acid. This wasn't just one or two studies. The review pulled together the results from 18 different human trials. That gives us a really solid foundation of evidence. And across all those studies, they looked at a total of 443 patients. So we're getting a really clear picture of how ferulic acid actually performs on real people with real skin. Now get ready for this. One of the studies found that a formula with ferulic acid led to a 9-fold increase in skin elasticity. Let me say that again: a 9 times improvement. That is absolutely huge. And the evidence just keeps stacking up. It's clinically proven to do all this. It reduces redness from UV exposure, it helps with hyperpigmentation, it boosts hydration, improves that elasticity we just talked about, and just generally makes skin feel smoother. It basically works like a bodyguard for your skin cells, neutralizing all those damaging free radicals. And these aren't just claims, they're documented results. So we have this amazing traditional ingredient on one side and this scientifically proven powerhouse on the other. It feels like you have to choose, right? Well, what if you don't? What if the real magic happens when you bring them together? And you don't have to take my word for it. Even the experts who love rice water recommend pairing it with other ingredients to get the best results. You see it right here. They specifically call out using it with things like ferulic acid to really supercharge those brightening effects. And there's a really cool scientific reason for this. Ferulic acid is the ultimate team player. Its specialty is stabilizing other powerful antioxidants, like vitamin C and vitamin E, which are notoriously unstable. So it doesn't just work well on its own, it makes everything else in your routine work better and last longer. It is a total win-win. Okay, so now we know about these amazing ingredients. Let's put our knowledge to the test and use it to tackle one of the most common skincare complaints out there: the dreaded pore problem. So, first things first, what even are pores? Let's get the basics down. They're just tiny openings in your skin. They're connected to your hair follicles and oil glands, and their job is to let oil and sweat get to the surface. We need them. They're actually essential for healthy skin. Right. If they're so essential and totally normal, why does it feel like ours are the size of dinner plates sometimes? Why do they seem to get bigger and more noticeable? Let's break it down. Well, it usually comes down to a few key culprits. First, you've got simple clogging. When oil, dead skin, and dirt get trapped in there, they can literally stretch the pore open. Second, there's sagging. As we get older, we lose collagen, which is the scaffolding that holds our skin firm. When the walls of the pore lose that support, they start to droop and look bigger. And finally, there's just plain old oil production.
If you have oily skin, that constant flow of oil can put pressure on the pore, making it appear larger.
But here's the good news, you are not powerless against pores. You can absolutely fight back. And we've got the official dermatologist playbook to prove it. Here's your action plan. It's a simple, three-pronged attack. Step 1, clean and clear. Step 2, rebuild and strengthen. And step 3, if you really want to bring out the big guns, call in the pros. Okay, step 1 is all about excavation. We gotta get the gunk out. Your absolute hero ingredient here is salicylic acid. Why? Because it's oil soluble, which means it can dive deep down inside the pore and dissolve all that oily clog right at the source. Then, to deal with the look of blackheads, you bring in the antioxidants, like that ferulic acid we were just talking about. They can actually help lighten the dark color of the debris, which makes the pores look way clearer and smaller. Now for step 2. Rebuilding that support structure. Your number one tool for this job? A retinoid. Retinoids are amazing because they actually rev up collagen production right there in the walls of the pore, which helps make them physically tighter. Then you bring in humectants. Think hyaluronic acid. These guys act like tiny sponges, pulling water into the skin. When the skin around the pore is plump and hydrated, the pore itself just looks way less noticeable. And finally, for those who want a total transformation, there's step 3. Calling in the professionals. In-office treatments like chemical peels, lasers, and microneedling can deliver really significant, dramatic results that are tough to get at home. So what's the big takeaway here? It's pretty clear, right? The most effective skincare routine isn't about choosing between ancient wisdom and modern science. It's about combining the best of both worlds. It's about creating a story that's uniquely yours. So now that you have the playbook, what's your next chapter going to be?